This is a Chateaubriand filet mignon. And this is the movie scene that ruined my life. One guy takes a bite and suddenly I'm obsessing over a cut of meat like it's philosophy class. Some people call it a boring cut. Others, like me, see it as one of the purest expressions of beef. The center of the tenderloin. Silky, marbling, ridiculous tenderness. A texture that almost folds into itself. Flavor that doesn't shout but doesn't need to. And if you bought one, congratulations. You probably funded it by donating platelets in a medical bus parked behind a Walmart. At midnight, in the rain. Respect, man. So no, this isn't about a basic sear. It's not about reverse searing or sous videing it into oblivion. This is about slowing down, building the right ingredients, using the right tools, crafting the sauces that belong beside it, not behind it, choosing the side dish that actually deserves to share the plate. This is about creating a full journey around one piece of meat. Because if you're going to cook a Chateaubriand, do it like it's your last day on earth, so you too can say...
Ignorance is bliss.